It is a two-piece button. Are you going to have design on you?
Oh, yeah. Ottawa.
It says Ottawa. Hi all, welcome back to Curiosity Detecting. Today I'm back, or we're back, at the property that I was at in the previous episode where I found those wonderful Canadian large scents in such sandy soil. Also, I found a nice brass Reins guide and some other neat odds and ends. So pretty hopeful that there'll be some more interesting stuff to find here today. It's myself, and Phil too is returning. I think he was with me on episode 2 on the channel. So I can't wait to get at it, and without further ado, we'll see you on the first hole. Well, Phil too is on the board here with a really nice relic. I think it's another type of Reins guide. So I think this one would have clamped around like a railing or a edging on a buggy or a cart, and it was meant for the horse reins to go through the center and align them properly with the bridle. But it's solid brass and blows your ears off on the detector, and that'll shine up beautifully. And he found it off in the corner, right? By the
right at the middle in the big tree.
Oh, by the big tree. So that was where the drive was. The driveway was to the old drive shed where they kept the horses. But fantastic relic, and that'll shine up beautifully. Yeah. Excellent, well done. Well, Phil too is first on the board with silver today. We'll see what we got here. I've got some water here too if you want to spray it.
Here.
Oh, it's a nickel, so it's not silver.
Yeah,
it's nickel.
Not nickel. Yeah.
Beautiful, 1947. So that's going to be George VI. Is he going to say Emperor of India on the other side is the question. Oh, that's going to be beautiful. So this is when nickels were actually made of nickel. Not the cheapo stuff that they make them out of now.
Ah,
beautiful
cool.
Coin.
Excellent.
Yeah. So there you go, 1946 nickel. It does say Emperor of India on it. Or 1947? 1947 nickel. Wow, that cleaned up beautifully. Well done. I don't think I've ever found a George VI nickel because they sound so much like pop tabs.
I don't think I have either.
Well done, Phil.
Thank you.
You've definitely the best Phil on the outing today. Well, I'm back at right next to the garden, approximately, well, where Phil's kneeling is where I found that 1911 large scent last time. And look in the hole. It looks like a button, and likely a two-piece button. It is a two-piece button. Are you going to have design on you?
Oh, yeah. Ottawa.
It says Ottawa.
Does it?
Yeah, it does say Ottawa. All right, I'm gonna clean this up properly and turn off the camera, but we'll be right back with a close-up. Well, after some further cleanup, this is actually a railway button. You can see it says Ottawa Electric Railway Company. So the city of Ottawa used to actually have electric streetcars. I'm gonna have to do some more research. But this may be actually a conductor's button, which would be absolutely phenomenal. And I was actually also able to pull back marks from it. I think it says S.A. French, New York, which would be the name of the company who manufactured the button. So, absolutely wonderful find. I love anything that is part of local history. So I'm super thrilled to have found this, and I can't wait to do more research on it to try and find out more about the Ottawa Electric Railway Company. The Ottawa Electric Railway Company formed on the 13th of August, 1893, from the merger of two existing railway companies in the nation's capital, Ottawa. Although initially they did carry some passengers, the cars were used primarily for the movement of the Royal Mail to the city's different distribution hubs, which was a critical function in those days. The cars did have a small passenger vestibule at each end that people could use for transportation. Eventually, the trains became mainly used to carry passengers. When it comes to the button's manufacturer, the SA French Company, which was previously called the Cairns and French Company, was located at 400 Broome Street in New York City. Their business focused mainly on uniform badges and buttons for use by railroads throughout North America. I also found that they were only in business under the name SA French from 1893 to 1928, which aligns perfectly with the opening of the Ottawa Electric Railway in 1893 and puts the latest possible date of this button at 1928. This button would likely have been worn by one of the train's conductors, and I even found an old photograph online of just such a conductor on one of the Ottawa Electric rail cars wearing his vest and jacket with its prominent buttons. This is what I love so much about the metal detecting hobby. You can go from finding an item in the dirt to learning about the people who owned it and can get a small glimpse into what their world must have been like. Well, another good sign when you're digging a target is when you start to find things like this, pieces of glass and pieces of pottery in the hole, and in this case they were right next to a piece of an old key. Not crazy old, but it looks like it's been through the ringer a few times. But finding other old non-metallic things in the hole when you're searching is always a good sign. All right, on to the next.
Right here.
Another signal in the hole here, and you know you're at a site that hasn't been hunted out when you find one of these. It's a piece of Harmonica Reed. So apparently Phil found a piece of it right there as well, so probably came to grief on a lawnmower one day. But it was a fair distance down, probably 4 or 5 inches down, but another nice relic. I'll take it. Harmonica Reed. Back to the next. About 3 inches down in this hole, I found what looks like another really great relic. It looks like a brass buckle. It is indeed. Still has its iron pin as well. So this is more than likely horse tack. Something involved with a horse harness or something like that. It could be from clothing, but it looks pretty heavy duty and it's solid brass. So I always love to find, and they sound fantastic on the metal detector because they're brass. So I always love to find a good relic, and this buckle is no different. Very happy with that. And I'm only, again, about 20 feet from the base of the main public building here, which dates back to the teens, and the building next to me dates back to the 1890s. All right, buckle in the pocket. Let's keep going. No sooner did I pull a buckle than Phil too said, "I'll see your buckle and raise you an older buckle." It definitely looks like this is probably from clothing, I would say, based on how thin it is, whereas mine was probably from horse tack. But that's a beautiful, that probably sounded great on your machine.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, nice. Another brass buckle, or it might be like where cloth looped through onto itself, because there's no pin or any other fastener here, but definitely a great find. It has some age to it. Awesome.
Beauty.
Phil's got something big, and is it round? Oh, it's big and round. I'm gonna bet that's the end of a buckle. You see it right there. I'm betting it's the end of a buckle. No, is that made of lead? Oh, it is a button. Oh, it's a fancy button. Look at the fancy on that. It's got flowers and stuff on it. Is there any mark on the back? Oh, it might be the piece of it from a two-piece button. Like a flattened two-piece button.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna clean this up and we'll do a close-up in a second, but it looks like another fantastic button out of this property.
Cool.
Look at the detail. All right, we'll be right back. Well, take a look at this button that Phil too found. He's definitely in the running for nicest, fanciest button of the year. It looks like it's made of some sort of copper alloy on the front, but it actually has an iron back to it, or an iron clip on it, so there's a lot of corrosion on the back. But the front, this is just no water or anything. This is just a little thumb music, and it has this sort of border with more design, so it's actually not broken here. It's actually, there's design at the bottom as well, but the dirt provides such nice contrast on it when you rub it. But absolutely phenomenal looking fancy button. Phil too has definitely found some nice stuff today. All right, let's see what else we can find. This is fast becoming a day O relics. All right, on to the next. Here's the hole where Phil 2 found the buckle a moment ago, the small kind of clothing style buckle. Turn around, and looky here. Another, this was what, an inch down?
An inch at most, half an inch.
Another, this is a large, this looks like a belt buckle to me.
Yeah.
But again, old. It's got an iron pin that still moves a bit even. And it's made of brass, so I think we've happened upon where the drive shed was, where they used to have the horses, I think. But another fantastic relic, 1 inch down. A very good sign. All right, on to the next. All right, Phil's predicted coin here, but he's live dinging it now, so it'll never be a coin.
It's a bell.
It's a bell!
Yeah.
Oh, nice! Now, don't do like me on this bell and drop it in your kitchen and crack it before you get to ring it.
No.
That definitely looks like a Sleigh Bell style bell.
Yep. Oh, wow.
Oh, look, it's still shiny. That will definitely ring up. Fantastic. And that's what, 2-3 inches maybe?
Yeah. 2 inches, 2.5.
There was definitely horse something right here.
Yeah.
So that'll clean up.
Oh, yeah.
And if Phil cleans it up at home and sends me the video, I'll insert it ringing right here.
Fancy pull tab.
Again, just maybe it's a fancy pull tab. Just a few feet from this same garden again, I got kind of a scratchy 18 to 20 signal, and I see the edge of something there. Let's see what it is. Oh, that is fancier than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
A lot of ornate things around here.
That's very ornate. It's brass. It looks like it's been cracked on the end here, but that's not a recent break. I didn't do that with my shovel. That looks like something where it would have been held by a piece of material that would have gone in this hole behind the ornamentation and back out the hole again. What a fantastic design. Oh, it looks like it's kind of welded together at both ends, so that's the weld just came undone. Wow, that is fantastic. I will take that. I have no idea exactly its purpose, but I'll see if I can figure it out, do some research and find out. All right, the Buckle Fest continues. And that was about maybe 4 inches down. Clean signal. So here's a close-up of this wonderful, I don't know if it's some kind of sash buckle or that I found. It's probably made of brass. Wonderfully ornate, and it has this split in both ends of it. I didn't actually split this. Both ends were like this, so I don't know if that was part of the weird way that it fastened, but definitely a very interesting find. I can definitely picture someone in their Sunday best stepping out of the building here to go off to church. Excellent. Well, Phil 2 was holding out on me here.
Sorry.
He found this 1965 silver quarter. Yeah, I think at this point they were 50% silver, but it definitely is silver. So there you go. Phil has silver on the day, and here's this beautiful nickel, 1947. I kind of like it with the kind of contrast of the tarnish on it because you can read it really well.
Yeah.
Actually, George VI was actually the very first British monarch to visit Canada while they were monarch. 1939. Really? Yeah. There was other ones, future monarchs who visited, but before they became king or queen. So there you go. Hi all, editing Phil here again. I had to refilm the wrap-up that we'd filmed at the hunt site because there was a very loud lawnmower nearby and it kind of drowned us out. But all in all, another fantastic outing to this old property in Eastern Ontario. Whereas on last visit, it was primarily coins that I found. This time, the results could be summed up in one word, and that word is relics. We love finding old relics like the ones that we found because they really bring the people who lived on those properties to life. And it's a lot more personal to them to find the relics that they used day in, day out. So we found quite a few really nice buckles, brass buckles, most of them probably horse related, but a smaller clothing buckle and that really nice open worked brass buckle that I found. I'm not really certain of its type of pattern or what its use was, so if any of you know, please leave a comment in the section below. We found a couple of really nice buttons, that flower pattern button that Phil too found, and I think the star of the day was the Ottawa Electric Railway Company button that I found, Conductor's button, so I was absolutely thrilled to find that. Phil too also found that really nice sleigh bell, and we had a miscellaneous set of other relics that were really brought the history of the property to life. I want to give a shout out to Bradley Smith, who actually wrote all the music for the channel as original music. So the music you hear over the opening credits and the ending credits was actually written by him. He's a very talented composer, and I'm very grateful for his help in establishing the channel that I set up just over a month ago. And I also want to thank a number of metal detecting content creators, both in my local area and much farther abroad, who've generously given others referrals to my channel, given me shoutouts on their channel. It's been much appreciated, and it's really helped to grow my channel faster than I thought it ever would. So I'll put some of their logos up here on the screen, but I'm going to put links to them down in the comments and the details of the video below, so you can go and check out their channels. They do great hunts in their local areas, and like me, they're really passionate about the history and bringing it to life. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and the subscribe button, and you can even hit the bell to be notified of future videos. And as always, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section below if there's something about one of the finds that we made, or even just a comment on the channel or the direction that the videos are taking. So with all that said, I'll see you on the next video. Until then, be kind and stay curious.